First impression is the last impression. Well, friends, we'll be discussing about how to make a first impression through a great introduction in a personal interview like setting. So let's start. We'll be discussing a basic approach, which I call as CRDC approach. C is for connect, R is to relate, D is to define, and again, last C is for the closer. Before we begin, I just like to take you through some ground rules of an interview, which would help you in any of the interview that you're going to appear and also in the preparation. First, this session is all about giving you a direction. The answer needs to be prepared by you. I recommend that you write it down and rewrite it just to make it perfect. Make sure that you make your friends listen that, so that in case if they are any giving any suggestions for improvement and they are valid enough, they could be incorporated. And secondly, the writing would help you to gather your thoughts. All the good things about you would come out in the writing, and then you will rewrite it to make it better. A second part, an introduction, should not be more than 150 to 200 words. Well, what I say is that this is the basic comprehension speed of a person or a listener. Anything going above a minute would make him bore to death, which you really don't want. You want him to survive throughout the phase, and also just to understand that the person is completely unknown and he might be a busy person, right? What we tell in an industry, that person who doesn't have the work, uh, try to prove that he's the most busiest person. I'm not saying that your interviewer would be like that, but make sure that you don't overboard with him with information, and only tell what is relevant to you, and most importantly to the job description, which we will be talking about in the R part of the CRDC subsequently. Also, it's important that you whatever you're speaking, you speak it with conviction. So I would ask you to rehearse the answer a few times. Don't cram it, because once you cram it, it comes out very mechanically and does not look good to the listener. So let's start. Now, whenever we actually interact with a new person, unintentionally or intentionally, we try to start on a common ground. We ask about his name, his place, his education qualification, and his job, and whatever is common with us, we feel happy and we gel well with that person. If in case nothing is common, then we found it difficult to connect. Similar, the approach is in the interview conversation. When you're trying in the first phase, when you're trying to connect with the person, try to figure out what is common between you. It could be a previous company, it could be a college, it could be your education qualification, it could be the city that you hail from. So it's important that you connect, two line connect. The first part, CRDC, your two line connect should contain something common across. Now it should all be relevant. In case if I'm an electrical engineer applying for a IT job, I need not to mention that I'm an electrical engineer. I will only say I'm an engineer. In case if you don't possess the relevant experience, for instance, the relevant experience that has been asked for the job is 6 to 8 years, you probably have 5 years, I would say don't say that. They have called you because they feel that you could be you are applicable, your profile fits the job profile. But in case you say it upfront, probably it will be in the back of the mind. So say only what is relevant. In case, for to give an example, in case if they are looking for a team lead, then you can start with hi, I'm Neeraj. I have got a team lead experience of so many years. Now that should be relevant. Or say that I have an experience of leading a diversified team from ranging from 5 FTs to 10 FTs or 50 FTs, in case you have done that. Also, in case if the profile is very much relevant, they are asking for a developer in Java and .NET, say that I am Neeraj with a software development experience in Java and .NET, include the work experience if you want to, it's relevant. So that's all we'll be talking about. That's all we have discussed about the connect section. Now talk about the relate section. Now it's all based on the job description. It's important that that whatever coming out in this section kind of is circumferencing the job description. For instance, I'll take back that example, that if I'm having a team lead experience, I'll be talking about how I lead a team, how I have what were my few achievements leading the teams. It could be I've given some efficiencies, or I've functionalized the process, or I've streamlined the process. In case I have been an individual contributor, talk about your past projects, how and they should be relevant to the job, and how you have were able to accomplish them through your key strengths. This is all what you need to discuss in the relate part. Now we move ahead to the define part. Now it's the second part, or it's the connecting part of the relate part. Here you'll be talking about your skills. For instance, for a team leader, the key skill could be a communication. I feel I am a great communicator. I pass on the information on need to know basis, and I'm aware that lack of communication or improper communication is the cause of biggest conflicts that we have in the organization. So I make sure that I communicate honestly and transparently with my leads and with my team, and make sure that I maintain a healthy environment in the team. Now it's your strength. Communication is your strength, interpersonal skills is your strength, and it has come out beautifully with an example. In case if you are a problem solver, and if you are able to develop unique programs, or something like you troubleshoot issues, you are great in your field, talk about how your key skills help you in your field. It's important that you also make sure that this again, these are 4 or 5 lines about yourself. You're not boring the interviewer. Make an always make an eye contact with the interviewer, because it'll help you to gauge that whether he's losing interest, or his mind is going anywhere. In any case, if you feel like that is happening, that's not good for the interview. What you can do is ask a cross questions, kind of after summarizing what you're saying, ask a cross question, that do you want me to further elaborate on this particular point? In case if he says yes, probably you can talk about it more, or you move ahead with the other point that you wanted to say, or move on to the final section, which is called as closing section, where you talk about how you are the perfect fitment for the job. You'll be talking in terms that I have got a relevant experience, relevant skill sets, and I'm sure that I'll be able to contribute to the growth of the organization, and also growth of mine, no, only vertically as well as horizontally within the organization, learning new skills and looking for a mutual prospering relationship going forward. So friends, it is CRDC approach: connect, relate, define, and close. In case if you have any further questions, you want to know anything in more detail, just type that in comments. I'll make sure that I'll keep coming back with some personality development related videos in coming future also, and that would be very much based on the suggestions that you are giving me. One final closing comment, that it's always that our self development should continue. The content, the functional part, it stops after a while, but it's all about your self development. 85% of a person's growth is actually concerned with how much interpersonally equipped he is, how well he communicates with the people, how well he articulate his thoughts. Believe me, 15% is the actual content. 85% is all about presentation. And also, you should strive to develop you as a person. Why it is important? Because whenever you leave the company, you leave the equity behind. If you leave the company, there is nothing. It's only you. Whatever patents you have filed, whatever discoveries you have done, whatever projects that you have worked on, remains with the company. You come out as a person, and if you're not coming out as a better person than you were a month back, then it's always. All the best, guys. Take care.